Okay, today we're going to talk about how to correctly clean a paintbrush. And I know most of you are probably thinking, I already totally know how to do this. But actually, some of us miss a few steps when it comes to cleaning a paintbrush. So let's look at how it's really done. The one thing that you don't want to do here is cram your paintbrush on the bottom of your cup. Sometimes I'll see people like spinning them on the bottom of the cup. All of that is going to make all of the bristles go pa-ching straight out. And that is not going to be an effective brush later when you come back and you're trying to paint neatly inside of an area. So what you want to do is just kind of swish it around in there without letting it really touch anything. And then hold it and just kind of press it against the edge. So you're kind of pressing that water out. Do it a couple times. Water should not be flying out of the cup on your neighbor, anything like that. You're just gonna press it out and then test it on your paper towel that you're always holding in your hand when you're painting and see if you've got most of the color out. So we're gonna pretend that I'm done painting for the day. So I'm gonna go ahead, it's time to clean up. We've got about 5 minutes until the bell rings. I'm gonna go ahead and go through that process of rinsing off my brush at my table first, so I've got it pretty clean, okay? Because I don't want to be traipsing across the room with paint all over my brushes. Now, I'm gonna head over to the sinks and we're gonna talk about what needs to happen there to call your brush good for the whole entire day. Go ahead and get a little bit of soft soap off of the wall. And I wanna kind of get this lathered up in the palm of my hand. So just add a little bit of water to it and make bubbles in your palm. Once you see bubbles, then start working the tip of that paintbrush back and forth so that you get that soap worked all the way down to the deep bristles. You can take your fingers and kind of work it through there. If your paintbrush is feeling really hard right down in this area, it's not feeling flexible, that's because someone has not done this properly before and the paintbrush is not clean down inside of there. That paint has dried and it will probably never come out at this point. You want to use cool water to final rinse it, and you'll notice I'm not doing anything to disrupt those hairs. I'm kind of always keeping them going so that it doesn't end up having a bad hair day. You don't like brushes with bad hair days. Once you've got it rinsed off, just double check and make sure that no color is coming out on your paper towel. Dry off your handle, and then you can go put it away for the day. Okay, let's just talk for a second about storage. Storage in the classroom and storage at home are a little bit different. When you're storing your paintbrushes at home, it is really best to just lay them out flat. Maybe you've got a little Rubbermaid or a drawer or something that you keep them in. This is better and it will preserve your brushes better than if they are standing up in some kind of a cup. Now, because we're tight on space at schools, a lot of times this is how we store them. We will store them sitting up. The reason why you don't want to do this, if you have a really expensive brush, and some brushes are very expensive, is because the water actually is draining back down into that barrel as it's drying and it's breaking up that glue that we talked about before. So this is the reason why for long term, or if you went on to really paint, really get serious about it and invest in brushes, you would want to store those laying down versus standing up in a jar.